Hi, it's Gary from PoolSupplies.com, and today we're going to talk about closing your in-ground pool. So starting to close, what you'd want to do for prepping is test the water. You want to test your chlorine, your pH, your alkalinity. If your pH needs to be fixed or your alkalinity needs to be fixed, you want to do that at this time. That way the water is balanced and you'll have a better chance of opening to a crystal clear pool. Okay, once you've got the water tested, you're ready to go ahead and lower the water level. Lowering the water level in the pool, you could use your existing filtration system and pump. Closing off the skimmer valve though doing that. Then you can pump from the main drain, or you can use something like a submersible pump. This is fully submersible under the water. You just hook up your hose, whether it be your backwash hose, your vacuum hose, whatever you need to get the water dispersed away from the house, away from the pool, or to the street. Once you've done that, got the water lowered, you can go ahead and then do your chemical kit. Follow the instructions for that. This one here has extra little item in there, which is a floating non-chlorine floater. It will help to make the chemicals last a little bit longer during the winter season. If you're a little bit on the longer end of opening, it certainly would be rewarding to go ahead and take that kit as your choice of chemical kits. Once you've done that, the next step would be to start blowing the lines out. Here we have is a blower. This will blow out your lines. Normally when you're doing that, you would start at the pump or the filter system. You would blow those lines connecting a hose here to your filter or to the pump and reversing the airflow to the pool. Once you start doing that, you can start with the skimmer first. When you start with the skimmer blowing that out, you'll see that the water will start squirting out of the skimmer. It will kind of get to a mist in the air as it's blowing, and then all you'll do is take your gizmo or skim guard, and this will screw down in while the blower is running, and that will ensure that that skimmer line then is free of water. Plug it up. Nice here is it has an O-ring which will seal that off as well. Once you've done that, then you can move on to the return lines. Your pool may have one or two different returns. You also may have jets in your steps. What you'll do is any of those hydro eyes, you'll go ahead and remove those so that they're ready. And then once you've gotten those blown out, you'll start seeing again the water hissing through there. And then you'll use a plug, whether it be a rubber plug. This one happens to be a number 10 for 1.5" size return. You would insert that while the pump is running. You would go ahead and turn the wing nut. And once you've got that sealed, you're all set. If you have more than one, the air will start flowing to the next one in line, and you'll just follow those same instructions. Make sure that the water is spraying through there, hissing, or a lot of bubbles are coming out. In a general, about 3 to 5 minutes for each one of these, and you're all set. If you're not using the rubber plug, also for convenience, there is the threaded plug as well. Threaded plug, 1.5" again, with an O-ring to seal it. And you're going to do the same steps. You're going to blow out the first one in line, seal it off, and then you can follow suit and go to the next one in line. Okay, your next step after you've prepped the pool, after blowing the lines out, would be to choose a winter cover. Winter covers come in different styles, whether it be just a standard green or sometimes they're color-coded. Generally the color-coded ones is that you just flip it over and it's the opposite color or a different color on the opposite side. As well as using something like that, you may want to use a mesh cover. A mesh cover is just a single ply of the weave material. It allows the water to go down through as the snow melts or as the rain falls. Something with a mesh cover though, if you are in a snow load area, you may want a usage of an inflation device underneath it, such as a air pillow or perhaps a tire tube or something of that sort. Also, if you're in a wooded or high leafy area, you may want the usage of a leaf net cover, and that would go on top of your winter cover once you've had that in place. You do want to take the leaf net cover off before the first snowfall if you're in a snow area. It is not made of durable material that would withstand a snowfall. As well, you may also want to choose something in a safety type cover. Safety type cover also comes in mesh. It does not need the usage of a flotation device. and there are also solid covers. Generally, a solid cover and a safety cover would have either a mesh draining panel, or it would be something that would come with a solid and a pump, which the pump would stay out there all season long or all winter long and would drain the water off when it sensed water on top of the cover. Keeping the cover water free is the most important part of that because of children or pet in your yard. Okay, once you've chose your winter cover that you're using for the season, your cover will have, or you will need, water bags to hold that in place. The covers do have water bag loops on them. Once you've got the cover laid in place, what you'd want to do is take your water tube, place it through the loop, and then come back and start filling those up. If you're in a freezing zone, you would want to make sure that you only fill those 1/2 to 3/4 full so that you keep room for freezing and expanding. A better choice of a water tube would be something probably of a double tube, so that if you do have an issue with a squirrel or a bird pecking on it or anything like that running across it, if it does get a hole poked in it, you still have one tube that's at least filled with water holding the cover in place. In using the double tubes or a single fill tube, also available is the Aqua Block. An Aqua Block does basically the same thing. You run it through the loop, and then again, once you've got that all set out, you would go ahead and then fill it 1/2 to 3/4 full, and the weight of that would then keep your cover secure. Also, if you want to make it look a little bit more neater out there, there is also the availability of corner bags, and those will basically go into the corner of the cover, making it nice, kind of a view out the kitchen window or the back window viewing the yard. It's been Gary from PoolSupplies.com. Thanks for joining us. Tune in next week for part 4 of more Pool Pro Tips by Gary. Please check the description for links to the products used in this video. If you have any questions for me, please email support@PoolSupplies.com.